For 10,000 cycles, the Virelian dominion ruled the stars. They did not call it conquest. They called it stability. Across the galaxy, civilizations rose, advanced, and inevitably slowed, guided, corrected, and tightly constrained by Virelian doctrine. The Dominion believed chaos was the universe's greatest threat, and they believed themselves to be its cure. Their curator minds mapped reality itself into flawless patterns, so precise that war became a solved equation rather than a gamble. Empires were not destroyed, they were managed. Then humanity appeared. At first, they barely registered. A short-lived species from an unremarkable yellow star. Emotion-driven, inefficient. Their early probes leaked radiation, their first colonies nearly collapsed under their own poor planning, and their transmissions were chaotic and loud. The curators ran the projections with detached certainty. Humanity would collapse within 3 centuries. So the Dominion ignored them. That was the first error. The second error came when a megastructure went dark. No explosion, no warning, no distress signal. One moment it existed, an ancient ring feeding on a captured neutron star, older than most civilizations, and the next, it simply failed. As if reality itself had decided the structure no longer belonged. The curator minds flagged the event as statistical decay. Then another structure vanished. Then another. Entire regions of Dominion-controlled space began reporting gaps where certainty once lived. High Curator Ilithar convened the council. Identify the source, it commanded. Data flooded the sphere. Energy signatures, spatial distortions, tactical reconstructions replayed again and again. Every model pointed to the same conclusion. The origin was unmistakable. Human. That is impossible, one curator said. Their technology cannot interact with Dominion infrastructure. It could not, Ilithar replied. It now does. For the first time in millennia, uncertainty rippled through the collective. The pattern no longer aligned, and the Dominion had no equation for that. Captain Mara Cade stood on the bridge of the UNS Resolute, staring at the alien megastructure filling the viewport. It was beautiful in an inhuman way, perfect, ancient, arrogant. A monument to a species that had never been challenged. Pattern Breaker standing by, her first officer reported. Mara nodded slowly. Humanity had learned something painful but powerful over centuries of failure. When you cannot overpower a system, you stop playing by its assumptions. The Dominion built invincible machines because they trusted the rules of reality to remain constant. Humans never had that luxury. Fire, Mara said. Space twisted, not violently, not explosively, but wrongly. Distances contradicted themselves. Energy bled into directions that should not exist. The megastructure's stabilizers screamed as they tried to correct a universe that refused to obey. Then it cracked. Not destroyed. Invalidated. Across the stars, Dominion sensors screamed in silent confusion. The Dominion responded as it always had, with overwhelming force. They arrived at Sol like a living wall of light. Ancient warforms eclipsed the sun itself, their sheer presence bending space. A single message echoed across every channel, every frequency, every mind. Humanity, cease deviation, submit to correction. On Earth, fear spread like wildfire. Cities went dark, skies filled with alien shadows. But on the bridge of the Resolute, Mara felt something else entirely. Clarity. She opened a channel. You don't understand us, she said calmly. You never tried. Understanding is unnecessary, the Dominion replied. Mara smiled grimly. That's the problem. She turned to her crew. Begin phase cascade. The Dominion fired first. Reality burned as weapons older than stars tore toward Earth. And missed. Space around Sol fractured into layered probabilities. Earth was no longer in just one place. Dominion fire passed through echoes and shadows, striking locations that might have existed a second earlier. Humanity had not built stronger defenses. They had made position negotiable. Human fleets emerged from impossible angles, from delayed seconds, abandoned futures, and stolen moments ripped from probability itself. Dominion formations, flawless and symmetrical, shattered under unpredictability. You cannot fight this way, a curator transmitted, strain now evident. Mara answered without raising her voice. You can't stop us this way. Pattern breakers activated across the system. Ancient warforms failed, not from damage, but from contradiction. Their own logic tore them apart. Their perfection became fragility. For the first time in their long history, the Dominion faced a force that refused to be optimized. Within the Council sphere, High Curator Ilithar watched certainty collapse. Human tactics made no sense. They retreated when victory was probable. They advanced when loss was expected. They sacrificed efficiency for meaning, time for memory, logic for choice. They do not value survival above all, a curator observed. No, Ilithar said slowly. They value choice. That realization struck deeper than any weapon ever could. Open a channel, it ordered. Humanity, Ilithar transmitted, you disrupt the pattern. Mara met the alien presence without fear. Yeah, we do. Why? She thought of ruined colonies, of curiosity that refused to die, of a species that learned by failing and standing back up every time. Because your pattern was strangling the galaxy, she said. You just called it peace. Silence followed. Then something unprecedented occurred. The Dominion withdrew. Not destroyed, not conquered, but changed. In the cycles that followed, the galaxy shifted. Stagnant civilizations stirred. Borders softened. Exploration replaced obedience. The Dominion remained, but it no longer ruled. They watched. And humanity continued onward, flawed, loud, unpredictable. They did not inherit the stars. They broke the pattern that locked them away. And for the first time in millennia, the galaxy was no longer stable. It was alive. You loved this cinematic sci-fi story. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell notification. For more epic tales from Sci-Fi TJ Kingdom, more battles, more emotion, more cosmic adventure.